I'm so excited to have my very special guest. We're hanging with Machine Gun Kelly.
What's up, guys? What's going on?
Hi.
Chilling.
Thank you so much for joining me. I
Thank you.
appreciate it for
Thank you.
making time in your crazy, hectic schedule. I want to talk about general admission. Where did that come from?
Went through for those who don't know, that's the title of my sophomore album, and you know, it's been 3 years since my first album release. We went through a bunch of different names. Obviously, I went through a lot of different phases during those 3 years. Right. So I mean, at one point, the album was going to be called One Way Out because I felt like, you know, if this music thing doesn't work,
wow.
What and not to say that the first album didn't indicate that it wouldn't work. I mean, it sold very well. I got a platinum record off of it, et cetera, et cetera. But the things that came with, you know, the everything that comes with fame and all this other stuff, like, started to wear on me, and I didn't know if this was the right thing for me. And so then, you know, that was how I was feeling like it was only one way out. And then, you know, I retracted, and then I went on the road for a long time. I did a couple movies, and then I realized that fame just truly wasn't for me, and that I wanted to, so that this project, I wanted to, you know, speak on my story and speak for the people and keep it about that, even if that means that I'm still alienating myself from like this mainstream music template.
But can I say, with you trying not to be mainstream, you really are, because you.
It is crazy.
It is
because I do get recognized more than I've ever got recognized at this point.
So even if it's not like TV or radio, you are mainstream. You know.
Well, maybe mainstream is Machine Gun Kelly, and I'm not mainstream. Because I haven't really switched my format up, and I also remain kind of in the dark a lot of times on purpose. You know, I don't really like go out to the events that people are at. I don't really go to the award shows that people are at. I don't really collaborate with the people that are collaborating. I don't work with the producers that are hot at the time. I don't work with the artists that are hot at the time. I always kind of do like the counter, and
is that just because of the artist that you are, or is that just you're going against the grain?
It's not like I'm doing it on purpose. It's just like a lot of times when you meet these people, it's like what they say, don't meet your idols. You know, like you meet people and it's not exactly what you think. And then, you know, if you're just gonna, you know, if you're a real person, it's hard to mesh with something that doesn't feel as genuine. So I don't know. I mean, general admission came into play when I was thinking about. I'm one of the most constant touring artists in my class, and there's just something so beautiful about seeing like that massive body of people right in front of you, the general admission crowd, and like they're all one, but as smushed up against each other as they are, and as big of a like one body as it looks like. They're all individual people, and that's really cool to think about. And like, that's kind of how I see the world. You know, the world is 7 billion people, 8 billion people probably at this point, with how many babies are popping out now. But, you know, like the 1% tries to make all of us seem just like this one giant poor cockroach, right? Like that's like, where does this percentage that people don't even want to deal with, that people don't have faith in, all this stuff like that. But so many great people have come from that 99%. And that one big body of a cockroach that they feel like it is, you know. So there's a bunch of different ways to play the name, but
I like that.
It just speaks for the people, and that's what I'm about.
What is the one song to you from this whole project? Is there one song that really stands out to you?
Yeah, I was saying that a lot. I was talking earlier, and I was saying that a lot of these songs strike me as like journal entries. Because there's like a story in all of them, and it's speaking on how I feel at the time. Like, I'll just speak on a song that's out right now of mine from this album. It's called A Little More, and it's a song that is more on the social conscious side, but not in a preachy way. It's just like reporting exactly what's really going on. So like when we're turning on our TV and I see that, let's just speak on like the Santa Barbara oil spill amongst many of the other things. Like, this is like us killing. This is like us like shaving thousands of years off of our Earth's lifespan that I'm gonna have to live on, and that my daughter's gonna have to live on. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it's I'm seeing you know, this 13-year-old committed suicide because of, you know, probably a group of 4 or 5 kids on social media saying that they aren't cool. I'm seeing that as that's happening, this news outlet is covering, not this news outlet, but like just whatever
Things
news outlet's
that
covering.
they should be
Chris
covering
Brown
everything.
spilled his drink in the club, and it's like,
Yeah.
why is that the focus when there is this
So
little girl
many
who has
other-
no chance of fighting the world right now, and we're not working to save that? So I mean, you know, there's only so much I can do, but I like to at least feel like I've thrown some type of spark for change out there. So a little more is a special track. I take it very in depth with the street side of how I came up on this album as well, and
Till I Die.
Till I Die is a perfect example. Till I Die is so good.
Can I just tell you, like, seriously, I would like to think of myself as conservative.
Oh, if you like Till I Die, baby, you got a little secret side in you.
But when I turn that on, I'm like, okay, there's another side that comes out.
Very
I'm like,
cool.
okay, this is hot.
Yep.
So I'm like, nobody's watching. I'm sitting in my car, I turn it up, and I'm just like, hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Like, okay, but I can pull myself back together. But yeah, I have my moment. I love that song. Do you feel like the artist that you started out as, are you that same artist?
No.
What's changed? What's the one thing you think that has really changed?
My formats have never changed, so I don't want any person to. There's no way in this grand scheme of Machine Gun Kelly that people can say like the music's changed in the sense of like, oh, he sold out, or in the sense of, oh, he changed. Like that could never be the thing. But me as a person has definitely changed. I've just been. I mean, I've just been jaded, man.
Wow.
I've been jaded by disloyalty, false promises, broken promises, big dreams, doubts, etc.
Can I just say, just off the record, I can kind of relate to that, because I mean, even though we do totally different things, there is still that persona. Like, you feel like, you know, people have said things about my show, like, you know, you should turn up and you should have strippers and you should have all these other things, and I'm like, that's not me. I'm in my lane. So to have somebody just continue to support you because of what you do and say, okay, this is what I do, this is what I love to do, this is my art, like that's your art. I think there's definitely, I too, I would say, feel jaded, because it's like, well, can I just do this? This is what I love to do. I love having these one-on-one with artists. I love, you know, spotlighting artists that are so amazing, so talented, so driven, that have come past so much in their life to be where they are. That's what I love to do. So I can definitely relate. Like, I want this to be something, a home for artists like you. But sometimes, you know, people have their opinions. So I understand.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Opinions are like assholes, man. Everybody got one, and everybody should just keep them tucked.
And there you have it. He says what I can't say. So let's talk about, just with your crazy schedule and everything, the demands of being Machine Gun Kelly, what centers you?